He is a villain we love to hate from Days of Our Lives. Now he's embarked on a new project to share his captivating stories of travel and reconnecting with his Greek roots through his podcast. Welcome to the show, Thaao Penghlis.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hey. Hey. Thaao, thanks for being here. I want to jump right in because I'm so excited about this story. Your new podcast, The Lost Treasures, was inspired by your travels to Greece and Egypt. Egypt's on my bucket list. But something pretty scary happened to you on a solo trip that you did to the pyramids. What happened?
Oh, it was 1 o'clock in the morning when I had won some money at the casino, and I noticed that there was a full moon. And so I caught a cab and I said, take me to Cheops Pyramid. And so I went. There's nobody around, but I always wanted to see the big pyramid at my feet. So I ran up to it, not looking up until I saw I was at its feet, basically at my feet. And when I looked up, there it was, and there was the halo around the full moon. And before I knew it, 4 men in their black outfits and rifles grabbed onto me and started dragging me into the desert. And so I thought, how do you kill an idea? Being a Greek, I thought, well, you throw them another idea. So I told them that the Greeks built the pyramids, and they start screaming at me and screaming at each other in the arguments, because one had to translate it to the others. And before I knew it, I was able to escape and ran for my life. And then the cab driver had called the police. And so the sirens came, and the police threatened me never to do that again because people had been known to be kidnapped. And then also because there's a big desert around the pyramid. So it was a scary moment. It was.
Wow.
I've been there 14 times now in Egypt, and it's still. You really, it doesn't matter. Middle East is always the Middle East. You know, you have to, because you're a foreigner, and because they think because you travel, you have money and success. So I always make sure that I have a guide waiting for me at the airport and a guide to take me wherever I go. Not to say that the people aren't wonderful or anything, but, you know, you still have to be smart when you're traveling.
Wow. That's how you start an interview.
Whoa. I did not see that.
I'm glad I could follow that conversation.
Yeah, because I'm thinking about the harrowing times that we've seen of you on screen, and I'm like still like, okay, so first of all, Tikanis. See? You were killed off many times on Days of Our Lives as Tony DeMira. So what was the worst way Tony was killed?
Yes, I think I upset people along the way. I was killed 7 times. I think the worst was when the tiger attacked me, because after the tiger came up to me, then they switched it over with these claws, and then all this blood had to come. So I opened the whole segment, being the head of the circus, and I had a hat on, and they had above my head 40 pounds of red, or blood, I suppose, which they had to empty on top of my head, just to make it all bloody. And somebody realized if that blood hit my head that way, my ears would be cut off. And so at the last moment, everybody said, take your hat off. And as I took my hat off, 40 pounds of blood came pouring down on me, and I fell on my ass. And anyway, we got over it, we got up. But, you know, I don't know why. They always seem to love to kill me in a certain way that is not particularly attractive, you know, like being killed like a vampire, and I spake through my heart. Some people wishing I wouldn't come back, and that's, you know, part of it is, you know, I'm a foreign-sounding actor. I'm different to the rest of the cast, but those who embraced me well, I think, and those who didn't, because they thought playing the part is who I was. You know, they sometimes misunderstand that.
Mm-hmm. They mix it too. They conflate it. Let me ask you this: if you go back, you only had $200 when you moved to New York in your 20s. What was your "I have made it" moment?
I suppose it's going home, and that was with Mission Impossible, the series, where I was able to go home, and my father, for the first time, didn't think I was going to embarrass the family. And so when that came, and we were able to shoot it in Australia, where a lot of television shows and films are made now, my father called me his Levendi, which in Greek means warrior. And I think that was, you know, you leave and you don't go back for 6 years, and then they started to think, that you're a failure because people start making up stories.
Right.
It's like listening to you before and all the conversations you were having about celebrities. I mean, look at the kind of conversation people have about other people's business. So, I was away, and so when I went home, I smashed the myth about what they try to create about me. And so, to me, it's about success is a wonderful remedy to help those who love to gossip and talk about things in a negative factor. I'm a positive person. I've had to be in order to succeed in this industry, and I've had great people as examples in front of me that I listened to over the years who knew more than I did and were celebratory in the way they looked at life, rather than taking it down.
Powerfully stated and fascinating. Thaao, thank you so much for chatting with us today. DBL Nation, you can check out his podcast, The Lost Treasures, September 5th, wherever you get your podcasts. Thank you again, Thaao. Congratulations. We'll be right back.
Thank you.